Okay, hi, Paul Sackis, Good News Broadcast, speaking to Janis Roszler. Hi, Janis, how are you?
I'm great, thanks, Paul. How are you?
Okay, good. Janis is a registered dietitian, certified diabetes educator, insulin pump training, columnist, radio host, and health media producer. Yay, okay. Author of Dear Janis column in Diabetes Positive, okay. And then we're going to talk also about a jnjfirstaid.com website. We're going to talk today about diabetes. Winter skin, this is interesting. Winter skin may be irritating for many, okay, but downright dangerous for diabetes. Okay, why? What's up?
Why, what's up? Well, we've got a lot of people with diabetes, which, we've got 26.3 million, and that means that a lot of your audience either has diabetes or knows someone who has it. And what happens when people have elevated blood sugar levels, their circulation tends to slow, and that means that their healing will be slowed as well. So when they go outside or go anywhere where their skin may become irritated or may be injured or get cracked, infections can begin. And once they get an infection, it becomes very, very difficult to heal. So, of course, prevention is always the best idea, and that's what I'm here to talk about, is to give some suggestions for people who want to go outside, and I really think everyone should enjoy the season and go out, and if they've been inspired by the Olympics, I don't know, go out and luge, right? But, actually, I did do a luge run. I can tell you about that another time. Anyway, it's the most frightening thing I've ever done in my life, but that's, aside from being married to my husband. Anyway, here's my suggestion. To keep your toes nice and toasty, wear thick, dry socks to keep those feet warm and promote strong circulation. Use generous amounts of moisturizing body lotion and cream, because that's going to help relieve the itch that comes with dry skin. It can prevent irritation and cracking. Also, check your skin daily and see if there are any cracks or irritations. And if you see any, treat them. Now, what I usually suggest my patients use are the Johnson & Johnson Red Cross brand hurt-free products, because they are great and they're so easy to find. You can get them in your local grocery store or local pharmacy. But the bottom line is to get out there and enjoy the season and not be afraid, but protect your skin.
What's a hurt-free product? What does that mean?
The hurt-free products? Well, It's interesting. They've done a lot of clinical studies on the products they have, and that's all the bandages and the wound covering products and the tapes. And clinical studies show that these products do not stick to the wounds. And when you put a Band-Aid, some type of dressing on a wound, the most upsetting thing that can happen is when you pull it off, if it takes the scab with it, then you are starting all over again with the healing process. Oh. So the hurt-free, they don't hurt when you pull them off, but they don't pull off the injured area, the healing portion of your skin. So that's a good thing.
That's a very good thing. You want it to heal. The scab is finally getting closer. Now you pull the thing off. Oh, yeah, not good.
Exactly. So remember how when you were little, your mom would go 1, 2, and then pull it off before 3, and then everything would come off. So that's why, really, this brand is that's my favorite.
All right, since 1885, 120 years, nearly 120 years. I'm looking at their website also here, jnjfirstaid.com. Okay, make Johnson & Johnson a brand first response.
Right, it's JNJ. It's so cute. I was trying to find a way for people to remember it, because on the radio you don't know how they're hearing it. So it's JN as in noodle, jfirstaid.com. So.
Interesting. General wound care, for people with diabetes, so they have some educational information here, and then you also can go to our caregiver page on Good News, which is some Johnson & Johnson content and so on. I'd like to, I'm a wool sock guy. I just want to throw that out there because I grew up in the shoe business, so wool socks, I think are the key. Wool hat, wool socks.
And you shock everyone?
Wool, I think, is a good item. I think, it's still a very healthy item, and you breathe the
Right.
fabric.
Well,
So
it's a natural fiber, which is great,
Yeah.
but there are a lot of other natural fibers that are used in socks. There's natural silk, and as you said, wool and cotton, and it's just a matter of wearing something that's comfortable. And, if people aren't sure what's right for them, they should really talk to their health care provider and see what he or she suggests.
Okay, let's talk more about diabetes. And because there are so many people with diabetes, any thoughts that you'd like to share, to suggest for people? How about the people around the people with diabetes? How can we help them if we don't have diabetes?
It's interesting because I do a lot of writing about that. And the thing is, first, appreciate that living with diabetes is a daily challenge, and it doesn't go away. Diabetes, you don't take a vacation from it. It follows you wherever you go. So having an understanding that this is always in the back of a person's mind, of the person you love, can be very helpful. And ask how you can help. Find out what is meaningful for that person, because what you may feel is helpful may not be helpful, or it may not be the type of help that they want. So really staying in good communication with them. And also, if you offer to do something and they say no thank you, don't take it personally, because, everyone has their own way of doing things. And we need to respect each other. But being there and giving support and caring for them is really part of the whole thing. But a person can live a fantastic life with diabetes if it's well cared for. One example is Chris Freeman, who I am so proud to say has type 1 diabetes and is a member of the U.S. cross-country Olympic ski team, and
Wow.
he's competing right now in Vancouver. So we have to cheer him on, but there's a lot of great things people can do with diabetes.
Fantastic. Well, you have a wealth of knowledge, and thank you for sharing it. Janice, last question for you then. What's good news for you?
What's good? Well, as you can tell, I'm a little obsessed with the Olympics. So good news for me are medals, but really good news for me is to kind of get the temperatures back to normal. That's what I would like to hear. I'd like sunshine that really warms you. That's what I would like.
We can relate. All right. Thank you very much. A pleasure speaking with you, and thank you for sharing good news with us.
Thanks for inviting me. Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.